Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the launch of I/O. I'm going to wait a moment, some more people to join, to also just settle into the energy myself, the excitement, some nervousness. Just allow it to move as you come in. For those of you who are watching this live, or if you're watching the recording later, drop a comment saying hi. And if you want to share where you're coming from, I would love to welcome you in personally. And thank you for joining me in this live. Hi, Bauke. Hola. Um, yeah, just going to take a few more moments to ease into this. And in that time, you can enjoy the surroundings, the background. This is my front yard, the Brazilian rainforest, the Atlantic rainforest in Brazil, in the state of Bahia. And that's where I'm joining you from my palace in the rainforest. And to begin this, I just want to give you a quick orientation of the intention of doing this specific video. And then I will dive into the whole thing, what this is all about. So, as I'm welcoming you into IO, which is the Magic Palace, this is my space where I offer everything that I have to offer, all my magic. And the space is for you to come into your full magic, for you and your soul to blossom fully, for you to expand and enjoy life fully. And the whole welcome in itself is an experience that I have designed, and I've spent time and put a lot of energy and effort to say everything I want to say, everything that you may want to learn as you come into the space, for you to find yourself in the space, whether you belong here, whether you don't belong here, what level you belong at, how you can experience this space in the best way. And because of that, it's not a quick information, you just get everything in one shot and you know exactly in 1 minute what this is all about. This is a full experience because it's deep. Everything I do is deep, and I want you to truly take the time and feel everything that is being shared over here. And that is the best way for you to know that this is for you, when you truly feel it. So whenever is the right time for you to go in. If you've just landed here and you're not in the space, you can always come back later and take the proper time to listen to this, to do the full welcome tour that I've designed, and really feel into it, what this whole space is about. Because this space is beyond the mind. It's totally beyond the mind. I use words, I use whatever is available to me in this dimension to communicate to you. But the whole experience is so much beyond words. It's an experience of the soul. It's for your soul, it's for you to go beyond your mind and to experience the totality of yourself. And because of that, I have created a whole welcome tour. Because as I was preparing for this video, there was so much I wanted to say. And I kept making notes and I kept making notes, and it became so big that at one point I was like, it's better just to write this down as a welcome tour, which people can go through in their own time. And so today is going to be more about what has not been written, so that you can get a felt sense of me. If you don't know me, my name is Ti0. I'm joining you from Brazil in the Atlantic rainforest. What you see is my front yard. This is my palace where I live. And I'll be explaining why I use terms like palace, why I use terms like magic, what this is all about. And all of that is coming in this video. if you have any comments, if you have any questions, you can always send me a message on Instagram. You can drop a comment here. You can message me privately on my website. You can also schedule a call. And apart from that, I think it's time to just dive right in. What is this all about? IO is me. My name Ti0 is the infinite zero. That's what IO stands for, is infinite zero. This identity, this name came to me in 20 in January 2019. I was in an isolation retreat for 3 weeks. And in that experience, I felt myself shedding my old personality and name that was given to me. So Rohan is the name, is my birth name. It was a name that was given to me by my parents. And along with that, obviously, came a whole personality that was given to me by my family, culture, the world. All the beliefs, all the programming that told me who I am. And that's what Rohan represents for me. And for a long time, I was very dissociated from this personality because I felt very suffocated. And that led me down a whole journey of drugs and depression and dissociation. And it took me 13 years to come out of that. And in that experience, what happened is that I started finding who I really am before I was told who I am. Who I am as a soul, the soul that came into this life. And that is what I identified as Ti0. It's the story that has been going on beyond this life, the lives I have lived beyond this life that have made me who I am as a soul. And the whole experience, I'm not going to go into the details of becoming Ti0 because that's a whole story, that's a whole journey, and I'm going to do more videos about that, and I'm going to write about that in the future. So the whole thing about Ti0 was it's about me being me and defining who I am rather than the world telling me who I am. And when this identity came to me, I thought, okay, it's done. Now I'm Ti0, I know exactly who I am, and I'm ready to go out in the world. And what I faced immediately was rejection and cancellation. Like people who were closest to me telling me that I've gone crazy, this is not who you are, your name is Rohan, and this is who you are. And I immediately saw my whole experience, what it was all about was that people wanting to define me and tell me who I am, including my name. I don't even get to choose my name for certain people. For certain people, they want to define my name for me rather than address me by the name that I've chosen. And I experienced this immediately. But the first few people I shared it with, the first reaction was, I'm not even going to call you that. I was like, okay, so this is not as easy as I thought it would be. It's going to be a journey. And that's what led me down the journey of becoming Ti0, which has taken me 6 years. The vision for IO as a magic palace came to me at the same time as I became Ti0. But at that time, I was in a whole different mindset, very different level of consciousness. I had done about 5 years of work on myself, but I still, compared to who I am today, obviously I was a child. And at that time, I saw it as a school of consciousness, and everything was about healing and fixing myself because I was in that whole paradigm of psychotherapy and energy healing, where the identity was that I am broken and there's something wrong with me which needs to be fixed. But it's a forever journey. It's like there's always something broken and always something that needs to be fixed. And what I started coming into as Ti0 is a soul that is fine. It's fine as it is. And it's having a human experience which is eternally imperfect. And being Rohan or being Ti0 doesn't matter what name I choose. I'm never going to be perfect as a human. And no matter how much healing I do, There will always be something broken in me in someone's eyes. That can be in my own eyes also. I can always see myself as broken, as someone who needs fixing, someone who's not good enough. There's something wrong with me. I can always see myself that way because that is literally what it is to be human, is to be eternally imperfect, always having the potential to grow, to become better, to become different, to change. And when I stopped seeing it as something as being broken and it's just the default human experience, is that there is always more space for growth, more space for improvement, and more space for change to become someone completely different. If tomorrow I choose to be someone completely different, there's also that possibility. But that doesn't mean there's something wrong with me or with you. And that is where the whole paradigm started shifting for me, was that I stopped subscribing to the idea of healing and therapy, because both of those are rooted in the paradigm that actually just being human, there's something wrong with it. And I'm not saying this for all paradigms of healing and therapy, but a lot of it is about being perfect, about being someone who's flawless, about being someone who doesn't hurt others, doesn't impact others, doesn't cause others pain, because the moment you do that, obviously there's something wrong with you. Like, just literally being human for me has become about accepting that being human is the full experience, which means we get hurt, we experience pain, we hurt others, they experience pain because of us, because of who we are being, because of what we are doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is actually the experience of being human. And my experience over these past 6 years has been, how do I love life being this way? Realizing that there is this side of reality where there is pain, where there is sadness, where there is suffering, where there is grief, anger, hurt. How can I accept all of this, keep all of this alive, and still love life and enjoy life and feel the magic of life? And that's what I have been learning. It's and what I call Trinity consciousness. It's not unity. It's not going from duality to unity where everything is one, but it's going from duality to Trinity where we hold the duality together and be fully ourselves. And this is what it's one of the things I'm here to teach. I have been mastering this for years now, because in the beginning I did not even understand what was happening, as my mind, my heart, everything was transforming into this new consciousness. It was like, this is not making any sense. How can I be powerful and loving at the same time when power is defined as evil, as the thing which causes pain, as the thing which is also something you want? You should want more power, but you should not want power that will end up hurting other people. Doesn't make any sense, because power is literally a duality. You cannot have power and then think that you will not end up having impact which other people get to interpret and experience in the way they want and the way that they're meant to. Part of your soul's purpose is having an impact that is not in your control, that is not the way you want and choose. And holding that is not easy. And that's one of the big things that I teach people, that I'm creating this space for, is how can we stay in the magic of life? How can we stay in our power when we are having an impact, when we are having empathy, when we are having compassion and feeling the pain that we are causing, the pain that others are taking on because of who we are being, without canceling ourselves, without minimizing ourselves, while staying in expansion and becoming bigger and greater and causing even more impact. This is what happens so often. It's what happened to me for such a long time. And I've seen this with so many of my clients, is that there is this burst of energy, expansion takes place. You want to feel more, you want to be more, and you become more. And all of a sudden, you see the negative impact that it's having. And immediately you withdraw. You stop, not only you stop the expansion, you also want to withdraw back to that smaller state, the one that is having no impact, the one that is just suffering within yourself, but not, at least you're not causing pain to others. I learned how to accept this. This is one of the most difficult pills to swallow, but this is what I learned to hold, to accept, and to keep the magic alive. To see that this is life. It's not part of life. It is life. Life is this constant flow, this constant interaction, this constant impact. That is what it means to be a social being, is that you have impact. This is nature, this is life, and this is what we are here to be. This is what we are here to experience. So we have this on one side, right? We have healing and psychotherapy that is pretty much rooted in the paradigm of you are broken, there's something wrong with you need to be fixed, but you will never actually be fixed. And if you go and tell a healer or a therapist, many of them, right? Or you're in a personal development space where you tell them, I am fixed, I'm healed, because I've done that now, because I do really see myself as someone who is healed. The moment I do that, the immediate reaction is, you're arrogant, you have a shadow, you can't be healed, even though what they are promising is healing. They want to be healed, they want to promise others healing, but you can't actually be healed. And if you say to someone that you are healed, that is, in itself is something wrong. So you have this on one side. On the other hand, you have spirituality, transcendence, enlightenment, the idea of this is all an illusion. The self is an illusion, the world is an illusion, and we are here to transcend this, either to go to heaven, to a perfect place, or to just disappear into nirvana, nothingness, the void, end of the story. Or then you have to become a bodhisattva, full of compassion, here to save humanity, here to save all beings and rid the world and the universe of suffering. What if I don't want that? What if I see that pain is life, suffering is life, joy is life, magic is life, and I don't want any of that to stop? This is the life I came here for. So there is this very interesting question that for me really tells how much you are in love with life. So let's say reincarnation is real, and let's say it's a choice. So you get to choose whether you reincarnate as a human. Do you choose that? A lot of people say no. And a lot of the people who don't want to believe in reincarnation and want to just believe that everything turns to dust, basically they're saying, I don't want to reincarnate. I prefer to believe that this all ends. There, that is a large part of the world. And the reason for that, why is that? Is because people are not truly in love with life. If you truly love life for everything that it is, you want to come back infinitely. This is the game I'm playing. I'm not here to save the world. I'm not here to rid the world of suffering or anything. It's like I love life fully for what it is. And I'm here to get more people to love life fully for what it is and to enjoy the real magic of life. Because life truly is magical when you can lift out of the cloud of fear, anxiety, shame, guilt, depression, all of that, and the mind, reason, logic, trying to make sense of everything. When you can lift out of all of that, there is true magic all the time. All the time. Life is magic, and this is why I created the Magic Palace. Because I want us to experience life that is beyond any rational explanation. I've been living this way for 10 years, and I'm going to be sharing stories on my podcast here on YouTube, on my blog. And there are so many stories which truly, like, no one can explain. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not talking about ghosts and things like that. Like I'm talking about actual real life lived experiences, which how did it happen? How? It makes no sense. How can someone experience such things in life? When most of the world is in suffering, how is someone experiencing so much magic? And I'm not so special. There are lots of people who live this way. And that's the whole point of this space is that everyone has the potential to live this way. This is not reserved for the special, for the elite. This magic is life itself. And that's why this space is created for everyone. Obviously, there are different levels of participation depending on what you're ready for. And the other thing is that I have made an executive decision to not offer a lot of DIY stuff. The passive content that I'm offering is going to be more in the form of my blog and my podcast. Maybe once in a while I will offer a masterclass, but most of my masterclasses and all of the actionable content that is also DIY is reserved for people who are in my live coaching, in my live mentorship experiences, for them to deepen is to complement and support their experience that is happening in live mentorship, because that is what I have seen for myself is that the content that I can express in words is not so different from what is out there. Today you can like chat GPT can do what I'm doing. It's really not so special what I'm saying, right? Like chat GPT can create that. It's information has lost its value, in my opinion. At least in this way of it just being available for you to consume mentally, it's truly lost its value. It's lost its value in the sense that it's really available. So for me, there is not real value I'm providing if I'm just giving you the information, whether it's for free or whether I charge for it. It's not really about the money. But if I just give you information, I truly believe you've missed out on the greatest opportunity, which is to work with me directly, to put that information into action. This is my real gift. This is my real magic. This is what I have trained for over a decade, but really for lifetime. Is I know how to get you into magic mode. I know how to make you implement and embody everything that is all the information that you've taken in from all the books and podcasts and videos and everything, all the courses you've done, which just stay theory. I know how to actually get you to become them. And that is why what I am offering primarily is mentorship. And I'm doing the blog and the podcast because I love sharing. I want to share my ideas, and there's still going to be actionable content. Even in the blog and the podcast, there's a lot of insights, there's a lot of stuff that you can take to even do on your own, even if you're not in my mentorship. If you're not ready for it, whatever it is, there's plenty to do for free on your own. But really, the real experience, the real magic is when you come live with me. Because one of my other gifts is to read your soul, to talk to your soul. This really is my favorite part, is when I start listening to your soul, whether it's in a group or whether it's individual. Even in a group, I'm listening to all the souls and creating transmissions, creating activations, channeling the message that is meant for everyone. That's meant for you specifically and is going to work on everyone. That is the real magic, is when you're present with me live. When you're just in at the palace, when you join, just coming in, even coming into the free community that I've created, truly there is something energetically. I start feeling your energy. I start creating stuff that is meant to support you, that is meant to guide you, that is meant to take you to the next level. So I've already written about 15 blog posts, which I'm going to be publishing over the next week. And what I'm going to be doing, which is an idea that came to me recently, which I love, is that on my podcast, I'm going to be reading out the blog post so that there'll be an audio version of the post also. And while I'm reading it out, I'm also going to be riffing, channeling, sharing my personal experiences on the specific blog post. So the podcast will take the already very deep blog post into a much deeper level with shared experiences. So there's a lot of free content that will be available, that is already available and will be available. And then my suggestion, my recommendation is for you to come in to the live experience whenever it is possible for you, whenever it is the right time for you. So part of the welcome tour, I'm talking about divine timing. And there is no pressure here. There is no rush here. You are going to feel when is the right time for you to step into each container, each space that I've created. So I've designed this truly as a magic palace, which means that there are rooms, there are portals. Like each room, when you step into it, it's a portal, it's a wormhole. It's a wormhole to a different reality. Each space takes you to a different level of life, a different experience of life. Things that not only you have desired all your life, but truly things that are way beyond the imagination. I have, I did not realize for a long time that our imagination is very limited. It is truly limited to our belief of what is possible, even if that belief is fantasy. Like we can really stretch our beliefs, but still, imagination is in the realm of belief. I have been experiencing life which is truly beyond my beliefs, beyond imagination, and I've guided several people through the same thing. I have witnessed peers, mentors, colleagues who have truly magical lives that are way beyond anyone's imagination. Not only you cannot imagine it for yourself, it's like how can life be this way? It's when the people say it's like reality is stranger than fiction. Like truly, it's to live that. It's to live a life that the director of this movie, which is your soul that is creating this movie, it's like what a genius. Like how could you come up with this? How? It's like wow, I'm so in love with this. I'm I could not have manufactured this with all the planning, all the time, all the resources in the world. I couldn't have written this script with my mind. This truly can only come from the soul, and that is what I'm here to unpack with you is your soul's code. What is the life that your soul has waiting for you? That once you get out of the way, once you take your mind out of the way of trying to plan and manufacture and create life from your mind, or just have life happen to you and just be reacting to it constantly. When you truly step out of the way and step into your soul, I want to help you unpack the life of abundance, of power, love, beauty, and magic that your soul has waiting for you. Whew. If you have any questions, any comments for the people who are watching live, please drop them. Any thoughts? This is sparking anything in you. And I will take a moment. Now I want to switch gears. I want to switch to talking about greatness, expansion, grandiosity, boldness. These topics, which are usually heavily cancelled. At least that's been my experience and the experience of a lot of the people that I work with. Pretty much everyone. And also the people who reach these levels of greatness, living larger than life, all speak about it. It's like the journey to get there is has so much resistance, has so much opposition. And at the same time, even knowing that this journey is not going to be easy, not going to be pain free, I still want it and I will do whatever it takes to experience it. Why? Why would I knowingly subscribe to greater and greater levels of pain and resistance and opposition? I was not this person, so that's why it's taken me this long to even launch this. Is that my old personality was completely resistant to pain in all forms. I would do anything to avoid pain, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, psychological, emotional, spiritual, whatever form of pain it is. I don't want it. That's who I used to be. But you know what I realized? The kind of life I was living, minimizing myself, avoiding everything, it's extremely painful. It's extremely painful to have to suppress all of my energy, to have to cancel and repress all of my desires, all the things that I'm yearning to experience. I have to cancel all of that. All of the desires and intentions I have to help people, to help more and more people because I have gifts, I have skills, I have so much power and possibility to help so many people. And I can see that so many people, the suffering and the pain that they're experiencing is so unnecessary. That they can experience different types of pain. It's not that pain goes away. And this was my whole realization is that pain doesn't go away. We just experience different types of pain. And as we are doing that, we can also start experiencing a lot of joy and magic and love and beauty. Like, okay, pain is the constant, just like change, right? Like life keeps changing. So I'm not offering you something that is life changing or life keeps changing. But in what direction do you want it to change? What do you want life to change into? Pain is a constant. Okay. What type of pain do you want to experience? Do you want to experience the pain of denying yourself everything? Or do you want to experience the pain that comes with fully being yourself and people not liking it? People opposing you, people trying to cancel you. Only trying, they cannot actually cancel you because when you have the right mindset, when you have the right support, the right people celebrate you, the people who you choose to keep close to you celebrate you, and the others, it's completely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. You stop paying attention to it after some time. Initially, there is this phase of feeling. You need to feel whatever is coming, but as you're feeling it, you begin to develop armor. This armor doesn't stop you from feeling life. It doesn't. It's not numbing. This armor is real protection from things that you no longer need to experience, the types of pain that you no longer need to experience. This doesn't mean, again, that you stop feeling pain in life. You just evolve to higher and higher levels and types of pain, which, again, when you start entering these levels, your focus stops being on the pain because there is so much magic, there is so much beauty, there is so much love, there's so much creativity, so much joy that pain is just one additional experience. And your focus is not on that anymore. This is what happens at lower levels of consciousness is that our focus is constantly on the pain and the suffering and trying to avoid it, but always being stuck in it, always looping in it. Really breaking out of it doesn't mean that the pain stops, but it means you stop focusing on the pain. You start living life. You start enjoying life. You start experiencing life for what it is, for the fullness of it. And because there's so much amazing stuff happening, you don't care if some pain comes along the way. You deal with it. It's like, okay, it's like taxes, right? You pay taxes. It's just part of life. It's part of earning money is you pay taxes. You can resent taxes, you can resist taxes, you can suffer for it, you can feel the pain of it, or you can just do it. You can just do it. You can change your attitude to it completely. And it's the same with pain. You just go through it. Okay, it happened. I feel it. But there's so much happening in life. I don't have the energy and the time to actually focus on the pain anymore. Because there's so much I'm doing in life. There's so much creativity that's coming out that wants to be expressed that I don't have time. And this is what I've been experiencing for the past weeks and months as I've been coming into the zone of committing and deciding that, okay, this is it. I'm done. I fucking hate just sitting and ignoring all of this that's coming through me. It's depressing. I don't want it anymore. I really want to experience the fullness. And if it comes with pain, if it comes with opposition, if it comes with people projecting all kinds of shit onto me, give it to me. I stopped subscribing to that. I said, okay, I'm strong enough to deal with it. And I want to experience all the magic and the beauty and focus on that. And whatever else happens, I deal with it. I'm strong enough, I'm capable enough to deal with it. Well, I'm glad it's the first thing you're watching this morning and it's exactly what you needed. And yes, magic words that are coming through me, but also an expression of who I am. So, hi, Sushil. Hi, Toma. Thank you for joining live. And okay, so this was the commitment I made is that I am ready to be fully me and experience whatever comes because of it. And then when I started saying yes to this, all of a sudden I felt this expansion happening. Like I said, okay, I get to be fully me. I get to take up space in my body, in my mind, in my heart, all of it. And all of a sudden, I just felt my energy started expanding. And I started realizing how much of my energy I was using to minimize myself and the amount of space available to me. And as I started expanding, I started realizing why I live in a house in the middle of the jungle, which just has expansive space all around. It's like I have a few neighbors and there's some noise from time to time. But apart from that, I just have silence. I have the birds, I have the insects, I have all the beautiful noise of the jungle, the monkeys. All of that is happening. But what I really have is space. I have the space to be fully me. And I realized I am big. I get to be big. I choose to be big. And what a gift that is. What an opportunity that is. Why have I been choosing to be small? Why have I been canceling myself just because I was afraid to offend others? So it will be tough for people who have known me for a long time to believe this, but I was the ultimate people pleaser up until this video started. Literally. This video is kind of the final breaking point, the final transition of no more people pleasing, where I'm truly speaking from my soul, my heart, my soul, everything is just like this is who I am. But I have, when I say I was the ultimate people pleaser, it's not different from anyone else. It's like we all have this. We all have this empathy, this compassion that we realize that just being me hurts others. And because I feel the pain of others and I don't want them to feel pain because of me, I choose to minimize myself. I choose to reduce myself. I choose to reduce my impact. But when I realize that doing that is anyways hurting people, I cannot avoid hurting people because if I'm not having that kind of impact, I'm also not helping people who are already suffering and in pain with my gifts, with my magic, with my creativity, with my words, whatever it is, with my skills as a mentor, as a healer, whatever it is, I'm not helping people to reduce the pain also. So, no matter what it is, I cannot stop pain. I cannot stop pain. And if I just realize this, then I get to be me fully. Whether I'm small, whether I'm big, it's going to have some impact. People are going to interpret it and experience it in whatever way they're meant to. It's going to trigger people in whatever way it is meant to. It's going to activate them in whatever way it's meant to. And I choose now to experience being big, being fully me. And if my soul is big, is gigantic, is grandiose, okay, I embrace it. I fully embrace it. It's crazy how many terms there are in psychotherapy to cancel us being in our fullness. Literally, when you have a big vision, it's grandiose. And grandiose is obviously a bad thing. I'm using it here as though it's a very positive thing. But for most people, being grandiose is being arrogant, is being narcissistic, is being all of these things. But I'm just being me. And it is going to have some impact. And that's fine. That's fine. But along with that, there's also going to be a lot of positive impact. There's going to be a lot of transformation, a lot of healing, a lot of liberation, a lot of freedom, a lot of permission for a lot of people to be fully themselves. Not just being directly in contact with me, but all the ripple effect of the people who work with me and who are in contact with them and who are in contact with them. And so there will also be that happening. And it took me a while to realize that I have to decide what I choose to focus on. And that's what a big part of this game is all about, is having the mindset to focus on the right thing. And apart from that, obviously, is learning to honor yourself fully. Because there are a lot of parts which you have been taught to hate. There's a lot of you which you've been taught to hate, you've been taught to shame, you've been taught to cancel, you've been taught to feel guilty about. And I'm here to change that. I want you to love being fully you. I want you to enjoy the magic of being you. I want you to express all the beauty and the magic that you are in whatever form it is. Some people are artists in as in they're painters. We have a comedian here, we have singers, we have entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs also, when they do it from the soul, it's an art. To make a business that is an expression of you, it's an art. And that is part of what I teach for entrepreneurs is, yeah, just create a business that is fully a reflection of you. That's exactly what IO is. IO is a business. It is where I am trading my gifts, my skills, my expertise, my time, my energy. But it is a business that is purely a reflection of who I am. Even choosing to call it a magic palace, literally no marketing person that is in the traditional mindset is going to say that that is a good idea. No marketing person is going to say that people have to read through a whole welcome tour to get what this is all about. That they have to watch a video that is this long. Like, honestly, don't give a shit. If someone doesn't have the patience, if someone doesn't feel the call to invest their time and energy, I trust that at a soul level it's not meant for them. But there will be people who will find one blog post, they will read that blog post, or they will watch one video and they'll something will spark and that will give them the drive to dig in deeper. And that is my trust, is that it's not about me trying to manufacture and hook you to try to get you. It's like whenever it is the right time for you, this will find you, you will find this, and it's a perfect match. And talking about trust, this is one of the key things I truly have mastered from the inside out. Going from the opposite end of the spectrum, being completely untrusting, to the level of absolute paranoia, and coming into having deep trust, deep trust in myself, in life, and in others who are aligned to their soul. So I don't trust blindly, nor do I have blind faith. I see more than most people do. I can see through people's masks, see through their facades. I can see who you are in your soul and how much of your soul is alive, how much of your soul is expressed, how much of your soul is present right now, and whether to trust you or not. That is why I have so much trust. That some way or the other, you reveal to me who you are. And trust also in life and in myself that if you do happen to be a person that is bad for me or wrong for me, it is a pain I need to experience. It is whatever I need to experience. There's a lesson in there for me. There's something I will learn. There's something that will sharpen my intuition for the next time. So it's not about, again, avoiding people who are bad or wrong or who will do you wrong, but how many times will that happen? Once, twice, thrice is more than enough. If the same pattern repeats more than three times, then okay, wake up, learn something. But it can happen that you just have one encounter and it's a chance encounter and there's nothing to learn and you just move on. It's like you realize that this is not in alignment, this is not the right frequency for me. I just move on. I needed to experience it for whatever reason, maybe just to realize that this is not for me and I move on. But sometimes there are lessons which need to be learned. So all of this we're going to be talking about, we're going to be working on, we're going to be going deeper and deeper and deeper with. There really is no one person who this is right for. There is no characteristic, there is no quality that defines that this is right for you. The welcome tour will take you through several ways that you may be able to identify that this is for you. I have a series of welcome articles that will be coming out in the next weeks, which will help you identify whether you belong, when is the right time to jump in. But if you are interested in developing deep trust, like unshakable trust, having faith, but not blind faith, not faith in some other entity, but this is a completely different type of faith. I will not even try to explain it to you. In conviction, in confidence, in power that is in you, and it's natural. This is not a fake it till you make it. This is not about brainwashing yourself. This is real. You do not need to fake it because you actually have it. You have power. You have strength. You have skills. You have gifts. You have magic. Why would you need to fake confidence of all the things? What is really required is learning to see yourself, learning to value yourself, learning to appreciate yourself, learning to trust yourself. This is what I teach people. Learning to see yourself and allow yourself to fully be yourself. When you do allow that, when you have that permission, that is when you can allow yourself to expand fully and speak with conviction and confidence about who you are. That is why today I can say, I am a spiritual master. This title came to me and it took me a long time to own it. But I realized this is what my soul is. My soul is a spiritual master. It's something I've been working on for a lifetime. So why the hell will I not own it? Again, with this title, the moment I started using it, immediate cancellation. How can you say that? How can you call yourself a master? Who does that? This is so arrogant. People will not understand it. People will immediately leave. Get the fuck out. Don't give a shit. If that offends you, get the fuck out. But it took me a long time to own it. It took me a long time to be able to say that this is just who I am. It's not with arrogance. It's not about, oh, look at me, I am a spiritual man. It's just who I am. This is my gift. These are my skills. Doesn't make me special, doesn't make me better than you. It's just who I am. And I am speaking it out so that the right people can find it and benefit from it. I have the gift to speak to your soul, to listen to you in ways that you cannot listen to yourself, to help you understand yourself in ways that you cannot understand yourself, to help you discover permissions that you need to give to yourself, to see truly how freaking amazing and awesome you are, so that you can finally fully be you and live the life that you're meant to live. This is why I speak about myself. It's so that other people can find me. Because a long time before this, I was trying to speak in ways that are right for marketing, that will not offend people, that will not look arrogant, that will not look this, that, blah, blah, blah. And people were just not seeing that I have the capability to help them. And I realized it's a trap. No matter what I do, I cannot win this. So I decided to stop that game. I know who I am. I know that I am very true to myself. I know when I say something, it's not from a place of arrogance. It's not because I feel better than others. I truly, for the first time, not for the first time, but for it's been a while, it's been a few months, but it's only in the last few months that I've truly started feeling equal, equal with humans. And that only happened when I truly got out of the game of feeling that there's something wrong with me. I'm not good enough. And that is when I stopped seeing others as either being not good enough or better than me. It's like this whole mind comparison that was happening constantly. Someday it just disappeared when I truly allowed myself to own that this is who I am and others are who they are, and whatever level they are at doesn't make them better than me, doesn't make them worse than me, doesn't make me less capable or anything. It's like everyone is who they are and everyone is meant to share their gifts and impact each other in whatever way they're meant to. And it's because of this, I know exactly who I am. I know that when I say something, it's not because I think I'm better than someone, it's because I want people to feel that this is possible for you. I want you to know that this permission exists, that you can own who you are, that you can be fully you. I feel like this is coming to an end. This is the welcome tour. This is the welcome video, and then there is the whole welcome tour. It's going to be opening in 6 minutes at 11 a.m. my time, and it will be available on the community. It will be on my website. You can find it easily, and there you will have all the information you need. You will have access to the mentorship opportunities that I have. I suggest you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to subscribe to me on Instagram, because that's where I'll be sharing a lot of uh, whenever I publish something on YouTube or on my blog, I'll be sharing it on Instagram. When I have new opportunities for mentorship or whatever it is, I'll be sharing on Instagram. And of course, I'm going to be sharing some of my own life also on Instagram. And this channel truly has just opened. Channel in the sense of me, my voice has truly just opened. Everything I've done up until now has been building up to this, but going forward, I'm going to be speaking a lot more. I'm going to be publishing a lot more. So, whatever I have not said that I wanted to say today or had planned, because finally, when I came to this call, I dropped all the plans and I just showed up and I spoke whatever was coming through. Whatever more I feel like saying, I will be recording more videos in the future. I'll be writing more blog posts. So, you can join the community where you will get notified when there are blog posts, or follow me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, you want to say hi, drop a message on Instagram. You can also book a call with me. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for whoever joined the live stream, whoever stayed for the live stream. And Whoever watches the replay, drop a comment, and I will see you in IO. You are most welcome, and thank you for watching.